Hi, welcome back. In this video, I will demonstrate an execution of my automation code that navigates through all the main pages of the AUT. In a previous video, I demoed how a user can navigate to a page in the AUT. I will do so again here, but with some more detail, explaining some of the things a beginner automation engineer might have some trouble with. After I do that, I will execute the code, then review the test results, and finally, dive into the automation test case code. Here is the AUT, the Tools QA website. Now we are at the page Modal Dialogues. The title of the page will always be displayed here. Navigation to all the main pages is done by using the left navigation bar, located here. Here you can see the main menu items. You will sometimes hear me refer to the main menu items as Level 1 menu items. When you click on them, they expand to display submenu items. Sometimes I refer to these submenu items as Level 2 menu items. Clicking on the submenu items will open the pages where the text in the page title will have an exact match with the text in the submenu item. Here are a few more pages. When an expanded main menu item is clicked, it will collapse so that its submenu items are no longer visible. This makes it a little bit tricky to automate opening pages. Before running the code to click on a submenu item, the automator needs to write code to check to see if it is clickable. This can be coded in a number of ways that I will explain when I go over my code. Let me show you another little hiccup with coding the navigation. Watch what happens to these menu items when the menu item widgets is clicked on. The two main menu items are no longer visible. If the next test step is to click on the menu item that is not visible, the automation code will crash. One way to fix this is to add code that will scroll the menu items into view. This fix will be covered when I show you my code. Let's look at the test case that will be executed in the demo. Here is the code for the navigation test. It will open a browser, navigate to the Tools QA website, and then navigate to a number of pages. Later after the execution demo, I will dive deeper into the code, but for now, I will just go over enough so that you can see what the demo will do and explain the bare minimum how to read the test code. I have two different kinds of methods in this test for navigating to pages. In the first group of code, you can see the highlighted method navigate to _ text box. So this navigates to a page named, that's right, text box. Look at the remaining lines of code in this group. I'm sure you can see what they will do. Now let me explain the second kind of method used in this group of lines. The first line is used to navigate to the text box page, as it was in the first line in the first group. I'm pretty sure you do not need any more explanation to understand what the remaining lines of code will do in this group. But why are there two styles of coding? Most test cases I will automate using the style of code you see in the first group. Try to figure out why. I will explain later when these two and more styles of code for navigation will be explained when I dive deeper into the code. I just want to go over one more piece of code before I demo my test execution. At the start of the test, I have two lines of code. The first line I will explain later, but the second line is used to navigate to the actual website, Tools QA. Okay, now I'm going to demo the test execution. Instead of using the QA portal to kick off the test, I will run it right from the IDE, Eclipse. I'm going to resize the window so I can show you everything that's happening at the same time. This is the log I use to help me make sure my code is working properly. It also reports the same exact test steps that you saw in the HTML report in my QA portal. The website opens, and now it navigates to all the pages. The test completed. Let me resize the windows again so we can analyze the test results. The HTML text that you see here is the same text used to generate the HTML reports you saw in my QA portal. The first step is stating that the main menu item elements, a div field, was clicked successfully. Then the submenu item text box, a span field, was clicked. And then the test case verifies the correct page displayed by verifying the text of the main header, a div field. It compares the expected text to the actual text. Notice that in this step, I use the word verify. Most test steps in the test cases are just execution steps that lead up to the actual objective that needs to be verified in the test. I will explain this in detail in a future video when I go over best practices. Notice that the results did not show a main menu item, a div field, being clicked on again until step 18. Not even the elements main menu item was clicked again. Only the submenu item, a span field, under Elements was clicked, because my code checked to see if the Elements was already expanded, and it was. If instead it clicked on Elements item each time I went to open a page, the script would be hiding submenus, and that would prevent the code from clicking on them. If you want to study the results some more, pause the video here, or go to my next video where I go into a deep dive on the code that I wrote to execute this test case. Links to the video is in the description below. Thank you.